Luca is Pixar's latest movie, and their second movie to go straight to Disney Plus after Soul, because of the pandemic, even though we are sort of getting out of it right now. In the US, that is. Which is weird because both Raya the Last Dragon and Cruella were in theaters, but also on Disney Plus through Premier Access, so this Pixar movie is just free on Disney Plus and not in theaters at all, except for some limited releases. Though I think if it did come out in theaters, I think it wouldn't do that well. In the same way that The Good Dinosaur didn't do well after Inside Out, Luca is following Soul. So in comparison, Soul just seems like a much better movie, even though Luca is also a really good movie. I know some are going to argue that The Good Dinosaur is not a good movie, but I mean, I'm a Good Dinosaur apologist, so I really do like that movie, but I do like Inside Out better. And for this, I really like Luca, but I like Soul better. But I'll explain more about that in a bit. Luca is about this boy sea monster who finds this other boy sea monster, and they become friends, and they're trying to figure out things on the surface. But his parents don't want him to be at the surface because it's dangerous, and the humans in the nearby town don't like sea monsters and they want to hunt them. But once Luca's parents find out that he's been going to the surface, they threaten to send him to the deep, where he'll stay for the rest of the season. So he runs away with his newfound friend Alberto to this town where there are a bunch of humans, so his parents won't follow him. And they meet this girl named Julia and become friends, and that's pretty much the movie in, like, its basic plot, where it's just these three kids just having fun together, with the conflicts of Luca running away from home, the sea monsters trying to hide the fact that they're sea monsters because they turn human when they touch air, and there's sort of an antagonist with this bully character called Hercule. But as far as your normal Pixar fare, this is pretty toned down, so I wouldn't really go into it expecting too much. It's sort of just laid back and taking in the atmosphere and the visuals. This Pixar movie, it looks very different from other ones. The character designs are very round, and the expressions that they have are very unique compared to other Pixar characters. So I do commend the film on having a very unique look compared to the other films from the studio. My only major problem with the film is that we don't really see too much of the underwater society. We see a little bit of it in the beginning, but not much of it for the rest of the film. Which I understand that this director was making this movie based a lot on his childhood, so you see that a lot in the town. It's this very traditional Italian town in the 50s. But honestly, there's not really much I have to say bad about it, other than I wanted to see more of the underwater area, and that I guess expectations are so high for Pixar that anything that seems sort of toned down is a disappointment to some people, but it wasn't to me. I still really liked it. And there was that one joke in the beginning about dolphins and why don't they talk? And I'm like, yeah, why don't they? But yeah, Luca, I do really recommend it. It's not going to be as existential as something like Soul or Inside Out, but I think you will have a really nice time with the atmosphere that this movie, like, exudes. I'd just say to temper your expectations, I guess. And I would say the same with their next film, Turning Red, about the girl turning into a red panda or whatever. That's going to be the first Pixar movie coming back to theaters, and I have a feeling it probably won't do that well because it just doesn't really seem like the kind of Pixar movie that would do very well. I just have a feeling about it. And I have a feeling that's why they didn't put Luca in theaters, because they thought it wouldn't do well. But still, I enjoyed the movie, and I hope you do too. So if you have seen Luca, tell me down in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.